Jada Pinkett Smith is ruining Will Smith's life. Listen, this is pretty much every man's worst nightmare, okay? If you get stuck with a wife like Jada Pinkett Smith, you better quadruple that dose of antidepressants, okay? You're gonna need it. What she is doing to Will Smith will be studied by psychologists for centuries, okay? This level of emotional blackmail and torture is redonkulous. So we got an absolutely huge update to the whole situation, and turns out Jada Smith keeps condemning Will Smith, and Will Smith is still, after every single update ever, he is still simping, okay? We're gonna read one of the wildest articles I've ever seen. I don't know what kind of Stockholm syndrome this man is going through, but he needs to be saved, okay? Okay, last time you guys remember the whole situation with Chris Rock, where Will Smith decided to stand up for his absolutely loving wife, Jada, and slapped a comedian on stage for telling a joke. So this was literally Will Smith defending his not even wife for a joke, literally his ex-wife. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this was a case of terminal simping. Anyways, here's Jada talking about the whole situation.
What is going on? Now, first of all, I'm really shocked because, mind you, I'm not there. We haven't called each other husband and wife in a long time. I'm like, what is going on right
keep
now?
My wife's name
out of your mouth, right? And I'm like, but now I'm really worried for Will because I don't know what's going on.
Of course. Jada Pinkett is always worried about Will Smith. What an absolutely loving wife. The one you always kind of want. You know, the one who cheats on you, who talks about it in goddamn how many interviews has she been on? She's been on every podcast and every talk show in existence. Holy goddamn shit, okay? Leave the man alone. This is mental torture. You could get 10 years in prison for this. Okay, so here she literally says that they weren't together. They weren't calling each other husband and wife. I'm taking her word on this, which I really probably shouldn't do. But Will Smith was so attached to this person that despite the fact that they were separated, he still considered her his wife, which is ridiculous. What kind of coochie is this? Like, what kind of magical spell has she put on you, dude? Oh my God.
And Chris looks to me and he says, Jada, I meant no harm. Now, I'm just out of it because I'm really worried about
And what's Will doing? He's just sitting there?
And Will's still talking. He's like, because now he's mad because Chris is talking to me. And I go, Chris, this is about some old shit. That's all I could think to say, right? And I couldn't really take in his apology.
How unusual for Will, a guy who, I mean, on that kind of stage to do something so insane.
Absolutely.
It's totally out of character.
It's not him whatsoever.
That's right. Will Smith was probably a good person, okay? You turned him into this. You turned him into a simp, okay? Nobody's born like this, okay? Nobody's born with zero self-respect. Nobody's born randomly defending a woman for life. Nobody's born a little bitch, okay? You use some insane witch spell on him. I don't know what's going on, okay? There's got to be some serious love potion type shit here, man. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying Mr. I Am Legend turned into this, dude. I'm just watching people crumble in front of me.
And to Jada's surprise, she was also blamed.
You became the bad guy. Look what Jada made him do. Jada rolled her eyes, and look what he did. He ran up there and hit Chris.
Yeah.
Poor Will. That's what the narrative became.
Yeah.
She says that's because 2 years earlier, Jada discussed what she called an entanglement on her show, Red Table Talk.
My honest opinion about that is that narrative had more to do with the false narrative that I helped to create on the Red Table.
So poor Will because of
the adulterous wife.
What do you mean narrative? You did cheat. You are a cheater. What are you talking about? Of course, that's what people are going to conclude when you're not clearing up the situation at all. What an absolutely horrific person, dude. You can't be humiliating someone who literally loves you to this extent.
Forced him to go to the table and sit there. You know what I mean? And now look at what she's done. She has the power with an eye roll to make him go up and...
I don't want to go to this point, but she literally looks like a Disney villain. Come on. She literally looks like some evil witch, bro. Goddamn.
So that was from her point of view, and she says that there was bad blood between Chris Rock and Will from before.
Absolutely nobody's buying this shit, okay? That was all you. You're telling me Will Smith just randomly decided to do that. Like, I know Will Smith is not going to speak out or clear up anything. She can say whatever she wants, go with the narrative. And I know Will Smith is not going to change, not going to be like, hey, well, she told me to actually go slap him or any of this shit. He's not going to clear up any of the situation. And I know this because of the article that we're going to read. Look at how down bad this man is. This is unforgivable. Jesus Christ. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at Will Smith's response to these statements by Jada, okay? Will Smith reacts to Jada Pinkett's bombshells. Emotional blindness sets in. The Men in Black star, 55, sent the New York Times an email saying the revelations kind of woke him up, adding that Pinkett Smith, 52, was more resilient, clever, and compassionate than he'd understood. Oh my God. Oh my God. How can you say this about her, dude? He's an angel, man. I don't know what to say here, dude. After someone treats you like this on national television, you go around and still support them? And of course, don't worry, it gets worse, fellas. When you've been with someone for more than half of your life, a sort of emotional blindness sets in. Yeah, you gotta be real blind to stay with Jada Pinkett Smith. Smith wrote, according to the Times article published Saturday, and you can all too easily lose your sensitivity to the hidden nuances and subtle beauties. This mother flipper saying Jada Pinkett Smith is subtly beautiful. Like, unbelievable. You got one thing right. You are blind as hell, okay? You are absolutely insanely blind as well. I don't know what she did to you that you're so pucked, okay? Don't get me started on how this woman is constantly being like, well, I was in love with Tupac. Well, he sent me a message from the heaven. Like, shut up. Holy shit. Here we have Jada talking about Tupac.
3 fates would be so intertwined. And I never would have imagined that this video would become a tangible memory of the last time Pac and I were simply kids together.
The obsession paired with disrespect, classic narcissistic behavior. How many ways will she disrespect Will? 50 billion ways. You're calling him Fresh Prince. Good night. Diabolical. She posted this twice. 3 lives intertwined, girls. Only 2 of you alive. Focus on that. Nah, bro. Bro, she is hung up on that man. I don't know what to say. I really hope Will Smith can heal from this whole situation. Maybe he finds someone else. Maybe he's just, I don't know. It seems like he's perpetually stuck on her. I don't know why. And Jada, my God, nobody wants to hear you speak. Do us all a goddamn favor and get off the internet. And like the amount of torture you're giving this guy, like you're pretty much violating the Geneva Convention. What the fuck is wrong with you? Stop talking about him. Move on with your life so that Will Smith can get some much needed goddamn therapy.